Make sure you make the turbo noises.
Welcome to Dirt, Sweat, and Gears, your road trip of rust buckets. Today's going to be a special episode because we are going on another road trip. And no, we're not going to buy another car, thankfully. We are taking a break from working on Preludes to go work on another Prelude. Look, I know, there's something wrong with me, guys. That's a well-established fact at this point. Why would somebody who hates working on Preludes drive 75 miles to go work on another Prelude? Well, that's because I'm going to meet a couple of my friends and we're going to do a motor swap on my friend Ricky's car. You see, about 2 years ago, Ricky posted up on the 3rd Gen Prelude enthusiast group on Facebook saying that he needed a motor. And, well, I had an engine that was not in great shape. It was actually pretty wretched. And I told him he could come get this and have the motor for free. And just give me a case of beer in return. There was, you know, I didn't need it. I didn't want it. I got the motor from my friend Ed, who also gave me his TR7 and a blown Prelude motor. I think Ed might not like me very much. So I gave Ricky this motor, and he has had it rebuilt by, I guess, a machine shop. We'll get the full story from him once we get there, but I figure since I got a long drive ahead of me, we can have this discussion one-on-one. The goal for today is not to get Ricky in a running and driving car. The goal for today is get the old engine out, the new engine in, to get the big stuff that is more easily done with multiple people done. Because, as you may remember from my recent experience, working on Preludes is hard. We're also meeting my friend Alex. You've heard his music in one or more of my previous videos from the band Vertical Patrols. Great musician and a great Prelude mechanic and a great human. So we're just hoping to have a lot of fun wrenching on a car together because, you know, between my experience, Alex's experience, and, you know, Ricky's no slouch himself, he can do this. I know he can. He's done it before on Integras, but if you've worked on a Prelude, you would know it's no Integra. So it's quite a bit more complicated. So I got a long drive ahead of me. These GoPro batteries are kind of pathetic, so I'll see you on the other side. How's it going, guys? I guess if you're gonna store a car in a yard, store it in a huge yard. Wow. How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good.
How's it going,
Good to
man?
see you.
Good
I
to
was
see
trimming
you.
down the grass real quick, man.
Yeah.
As you see, it's a gigantic yard.
Yeah, it's huge. So,
Put it that way, right?
wow.
Yeah, I was thinking putting it on the blacktop.
Yeah. Probably a better idea.
I mean,
And then
I don't think the cherry
Looks like my Camaro. This is definitely a project.
Well, this is a $300 car. Definitely, right?
Yeah.
That's the $300 that I paid for to fix the engine.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
So I guess I can get started. So the first thing we need to do here is, well, we need to get it where? Over there?
over on the
Yeah.
blacktop.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be way easier to work on. But the steering column is locked, right?
Yeah, it is locked. Yeah.
So I guess the first thing I can get started on is I can steal this car. So there's going to be a lot of time lapse, and we're mainly rolling camera just in case anything stupid and hilarious happens.
Grandparents and
You know what? I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
cars and stuff as well.
But I want to kind of get the whole... Maybe if that's good enough, then we can at least move the car. And then I can take it off once we get...
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're
There
close.
it is.
We're good.
All right.
Good to go.
Yeah, I can finish taking it off once we get...
Now let's get the nut on and then
So these are the breakaway bolts that you need to remove in order to get the lock cylinder out. At least do it without damaging the car. If you're stealing the car, you don't care about this because you're just gonna jam a screwdriver into the lock and break it anyway. But while it is not broken, but while it is apart, you can also take off the ignition harness here, and then you'll be able to start it with a screwdriver. And this will allow you to move the car around while you're doing your repairs. On the brakes.
And I'll watch the, I'll make sure that this doesn't go snap. This is going to be an interesting tow, but we need to go about 100 yards.
Yeah.
Make sure you make the turbo noises. Alright. I'm moving. Don't try this at home, kids. And if you do, definitely don't tell your mothers about it. Slow down, slow down. All right, we're good right here. I think we can push it from here.
So instead of working on a Camaro this weekend, I've chosen to work on a car that is basically worse in every measurable way.
You're not making me feel any better here, buddy.
Hey, if I didn't know how much fun these cars were to drive, I wouldn't be here.
Hey, there it goes.
It's worth it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, there it is. B21 A1 in an 88 Prelude.
Yep.
That's interesting. That's definitely not original, that's for sure.
Oh, wow.
No, somebody else dropped this in. Because the B21 has a few more horsepower than the B20.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know I had a B21.
But it's got different sleeves in it, right? That's what.
Yes.
That's
the
why
block,
people hate it.
Yeah, the sleeves are a little softer than the B20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you can do a Frankenstein. You can do a B21 head and use the B20. There you go.
Oh, nice.
The B20.
Got the Acura on the other side. Yeah.
I got the BA4.
Acura.
And I got the BA4.
Behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, that'll be a fun project for
what
later.
I'm hoping to do next is a B21 head with a B20 block.
I know you can also put one of the camshafts also has a hotter profile. I think it's the exhaust.
Exhaust.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
You could just swap the exhaust camshaft. So we got a little bit of a casualty here. The valve for the heaters broke, but that's the risk you take when you touch these cars. Things break. Right there.
That's just taking this off.
Yep. I mean, nothing you can do about it. It happens.
Look like it's not that old either.
Yeah.
It's only dirty because I've been touching it.
Yeah, well. Other than that, how's it going back here?
Oh, it's going good. Not much more to take off. I'm working on the clutch right now.
With the clutch, the lower radiator hose, and then you can start undoing motor mounts, yeah?
Yeah.
The exhaust downpipe, too, has to come off.
All of these have to crack.
Do you want to just drop the downpipe instead?
Yeah, I might, if we can get up under there and we can reach all 4 bolts.
I think I can, because I have...
in there too, so...
Oh, yeah, there's that bracket.
In the back.
I don't have that bracket. Mine's broke a long time ago. Yeah. One way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to put this back on the tripod.
Might make it lighter if we take this out.
You're right.
Yeah.
That might be a lot easier to move.
Inside of his head was it was to be just like this, smiling away all day long. Please don't you mind, I'll live someday. It shouldn't matter if I ended this way. I want to feel alive just for one day. He wants to be inside of heaven, inside of heaven, inside of heaven once. Oh, please don't you mind, I'll live someday. I'll live someday. I'll live someday.
So we made really short work of this between the three of us. Alex mostly worked in the engine bay. I worked on the suspension, and we got things handled. This motor is ready to come out. All we got to do is take the hood off, bring the engine lift over here, chain it up, and lift it up. It is barely hanging on by that motor mount, and that one's not doing anything either. So this is ready to come out, but we're gonna take a break. We're gonna eat something and hydrate because I haven't had a drink of water all day. So next we gotta pop the hood. It connects down here. This comes apart, yeah, right there it comes apart. And then you got these clips, but you wanna be careful not to break those clips. And then from there, it's just the 2 bolts on either side, and then we lift it up and out.
Move some of the spider webs so I can see the hell on there.
I think that axle might be bad. You think?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's the
look at that.
there's the puzzle.
Wow. And I think something might be wrong with this motor, you think?
Damn, bro, that's crusty. Look at this. Look at this.
That was inside. I mean, that's gross enough.
Definitely water, right?
That's gross enough. Yeah, I think there's coolant in there, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's bad enough, but holy shit,
I
dude.
guess the guy was telling the truth.
Yes, you did caught Devin talking about bonded stuff. But that's what we need to get
Yeah,
the engine out. We need bonded stuff to get the engine.
I want to see through their eyes, looking down my shaking hands. I want to see inside of heaven, thinking of leaving you behind. I'll live someday. I'll live someday. Oh, please don't you mind, I'll live someday. It shouldn't matter if I ended this way. I want to feel alive just for one day. He wants to be inside of heaven, inside of heaven.
Yeah, go ahead, jacket.
Fine, whatever, no more phrasing.
There.
Oh.
All right, we're loose.
Oh.
Coming out, fellas. Yeah.
Wheels up, left wheels out.
Yep. Bye, motherfucker. And your husband's dead. We're gonna have you pull your truck up and back up to the engine, so we don't have to move that around. So I'll hold this up while you do that. Yeah. The distributor, all that shit.
Yeah.
Straight back.
A little bit more.
Right
You're
there.
Good. Beautiful.
And here comes the next fun part.
Yeah, it's a little better.
It's taking everything off of that block and putting it on this block.
This at least has the bracket for the power steering pump, so we can chain it to the bracket when we reinstall.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
I'm helping.
So this bolt was a mile long. It's just for the alternator. The alternator, stock alternator for a Prelude is threaded. However, it looked like someone had over tightened it, blown through the threads in the alternator, and then put a nut on the other side instead. But looking at this bolt, I think it can be saved. So can the alternator threads. So I'm gonna get my tap and die kit and fix that. Wow. Wow. This is a brand new clutch. Wow. This is brand new. This is a brand new clutch. Pressure plate also looks really good. Probably also brand new. The flywheel feels okay. It's definitely got some wear on it, but I would probably send it. The thing we don't have is a 12.17 millimeter to pull that off. So that's a bummer, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, is this?
Yes.
When I took the flywheel off the integrator, it didn't. They were too close.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was like, ah.
We all know what's to come. Wow.
Nice and clean in there. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Look at that. Would you look at that? I guess if we do have a camera pointing at us, we want to do it right.
Yeah. Especially if we're gonna show people this. Why don't you guys torque it down? Why didn't you go in the star pattern?
Yeah. Don't you know it's 1732.851? I don't know. I missed a 6 in there. We want to transfer that over to the new motor?
No.
Probably not. The PCV.
Yeah, I already got it loose. Should pop right out.
Yeah.
Alright, let's save the grommets on this one.
Yeah. It doesn't look too bad in there.
Well,
I mean,
what's the mileage on this car?
the car has 150,000, but this motor probably has more than that.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got its regular oil burn on it. That's normal. That bronzes goldish look.
Yeah.
But that's normal on any car.
That definitely looks better than in here. So I'm guessing those valves are no good.
Yeah. They're burning up pretty bad.
Yep.
These lobes are pretty decent.
So I only have 25 minutes left on my memory card, so I just wanted to check in where we're at here. We've spent the last couple hours just moving over the miscellaneous things, getting everything all bolted up. Unfortunately, we were not able to get an O-ring for the water pipe or an O-ring for the oil cooler, so we're just gonna kind of hope they don't leak. It's really all you can do. We did put some RTV on the water pipe. Didn't put it on the oil cooler, but honestly, this is so easy to replace that we're comfortable leaving it, sending it like that. Because if we need to replace it, it's pretty straightforward. Alex has finishing up the intake. No, you're putting the valve cover on.
Valve cover on so we don't get anything in there and damage the new valve cover.
Yeah, this is the old valve
the old
cover.
one, so this one gets scratched up and damaged. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. So the goal here is to get the motor in and then the suspension put back together. We're not looking to get everything done. We're definitely not looking to drive this car out of here today. The idea is to get the motor in the car, suspension back together, and then push it back in the yard and come back later because we are running out of daylight. We have, what, about an hour and a half left maybe? But I think we can bang this out in about an hour and a half.
Dangling.
Dangling. Dangling, dingling.
Right.
Ready to come back?
Yep. We'll come back with it.
Very difficult.
Very.
So far, so good. We need to get that motor mount in over there, and then we can get the rear mount in, and we still need to find a pair of nuts for these two posts here. Yeah, we're all 5 years old. And so yeah, the conversations we had off camera. You see the motor is definitely tilted forward, so once we get that motor mount in, we're gonna have to kind of work it to tilt back. We may need to get a jack under there to help kind of support it up from underneath, but we could probably just do it with our arms. And this is where our adventure comes to an end. We managed to get the new engine bolted in and the suspension back together shortly after running out of daylight and out of memory in our cameras. While Ricky's car is far from running, with many unknown problems left to discover, one thing is for certain: we will be back. Because there's something very special about spending all day outside, wrenching on a car with friends, and I cannot wait to do it again. Thank you to Ricky and to Alex for this adventure, and thank you for watching. Almost. Yeah, you're good. Keep going. They broke.